We're now being driven north from Tiberias in a very comfortable car driven by Nicole Samuel, our chosen guide. I had no idea how important a place Magdala was in the 1st century, with possibly 40,000 inhabitants. For archaeologists, it's a prime location, unearthing ruins of a once thriving seaport on a major trade route.
If you're familiar with Israel and with the archaeology, you may know that 200 synagogues have been found. So you might be saying, Mary, 201, what's the big deal? Well, of the 200, only 7 or 8 are from the 1st century. And of the 7 or 8 from the 1st century, there's only one that's in the Galilee region, which is circles of the multiplication of loaves, one with loaves and fish, and that happened at Tabgha. There was a second one, and that was a multiplication of 7 loaves. And that happened on the other side of the sea. And at the end of that account, it says, and then Jesus got into the boat and went to the other side to Magdala. So we know he disembarked at the port area. Again, for him not to stop at the synagogue would have been a little peculiar.
As recently as 2009, no one knew that a 1st century synagogue lay buried. As it's only 5 miles from Capernaum, quite possibly Jesus may have preached in this building. Mary Magdalene almost certainly was born here. Right now, further excavations are going on. Just as we arrive, they found another coin.
We just found from the 1st century.
Okay, right. Okay, they find a lot of coins everywhere in the country. That's why sometimes, they sell it in the shop. People asking me, why? Why do we find coins? Are they really true coins from the Roman period? And they are, indeed. But most of the coins are in the museum, and part of it are on sale. I was telling you that in Magdala, they would print their coins. 1st year of the revolt, 2nd year of the revolt. I'm talking about the zealot, okay? They would do that, okay? So in Magdala, they find a lot of coins as well.
An attractive spiritual centre has been built nearby, with a replica of a Jesus boat in the chapel, and colourful mosaics of events in the Gospels that took place near here. The calming of the storm, the calling of Peter and John, the raising of Jairus' daughter, and the restoration of Mary Magdalene.
One of the great blessings in Magdala is the synagogue. It is the cornerstone really to understand everything that's going on here today. And we have the first synagogue excavated from the time of Jesus, and here we can see frescoes and mosaics. So for the Jewish people it's very interesting because it's the most beautiful synagogue that's been excavated in the 1st century of the 7. And then the Magdala stone inside is a treasure now ranked at the level of the Dead Sea Scrolls for its archaeological importance regarding the Second Temple. And the set of mikvah oath, the purification baths, are very important. And so many elements from the synagogue from this 1st century archaeology of commonality have been taken into Duc and Altum, this 21st century architecture of communion.
Nicole drives us back to the north end of the lake to see a Catholic seminary, roughly where Chorazin, mentioned in the Gospels, used to be.
It's very interesting also the lamps, the shape lamps, because it seems like water. Isaiah the prophet said that the word of God is like the raining. It comes from heaven on earth and give that there is life. And therefore also the word of God today has the power, like at the beginning. You see there is some windows with the representation of the creation of the world. It's very important that the first thing that do every day is to pray. Because the first command is, listen Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. As therefore we need to listen to the word of God every day. You see also to the end, in the end, we see this marble wall. It's very important because in our culture, especially in Europe, also in America, we use the marble in the tombs, the cemeteries. The marble represents death.
Wow. Okay.
The only thing who can change the heart of the man is the word of God. And God said, and it was, be light. And the light was. As only the word of God has the power to change your life. So, the of God for the man is always burning.
It's a very instructive visit with stunning views, claiming to be an alternative location for the preaching of the Sermon on the Mount.
But here on the left side, above the road, on the left, you can see remain of a building, some stone. You see that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is from Byzantine period.
As we still have some time spare, Nicole offers to drive us right round the lake, something I've not done before at one go. At the southern end is a picnic area and restaurant where we stop, but can't get close enough to see more than cormorants and egrets in the marshes in front of us. A lovely evening's drive brings us back to our Tiberias hotel.